Hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 33 of Doki Doki Blue Skies. Anyway, in the previous episode, we're on the Sayori route, obviously. After we have finished this mod once with Yuri as my initial playthrough, and now we are helping going with Sayori because it's fucking Sayori. Do I need to say anything else? Anyway, in the previous episode, I can't really remember what happened. I believe we did some preparations for Halloween already, which was interesting because those preparations didn't happen when I did the Yuri route, so that's interesting. Anyway, let's see what awaits us. That was perhaps the most satisfying night's sleep I've had in a while. What time is it? Wow, it's 9:30. For me, that's super early. This is the second Saturday in a row that I've woken up before noon. Am I slowly shedding my vampiric traits? As I draw the curtains and feel the sunshine flowing through the glass, I can't help but feel really content. In fact, ever since joining the Literature Club, even in spite of the festival, my mood's generally been so much better than usual. Perhaps it's due to what I told the girls before we started our recitals. It's just nice to have people my own age to hang out with. But what if it's something more than that? Sayori? Even thinking about her brings that warm feeling back, although not as strongly. Could it be? Am I really starting to like her in that way? As if to interrupt my brain, my stomach rumbles. Guess I'll give this a muse over breakfast. What do I feel like having today? Cereal, toast, fried egg, sausage, bacon. So many choices. I think egg, sausage, and bacon will do for all of the above. Much better. I can see why Sayori mentioned breakfast in her first poem. There I go again, always thinking about her. If I were to be honest, as much as I enjoy all of the girls' company, I'd be lying if I said I'd be as excited if I were to spend today with any other girl. Maybe it's because of the history we share, or because Natsuki's a little too cold for my taste and Yuri's a little too quiet. No, that's not true. That last one. That first Natsuki part is true, but Yuri's part is not true. I don't know. Since day one, I've always been comfortable talking to Sayori, and that's never changed. I swear I read somewhere that if you can go years without talking to a friend, then when you do finally reconnect, if you're able to get along like nothing ever happened, then it's a sign of a true friendship. Or I'm just looking into this too much. Feelings. And there was me thinking that the stuff we do in math is hard to get your head around. Oh, I'm going to Sayori's house immediately as well. One thing that never changes is Sayori's inability to get up on time. 5 minutes pass as I grow in... Oh yeah, that's right, we were going to go Halloween shopping together or whatever. For preparations for the festival, or the Halloween party and stuff. That's what we were going to do. 5 minutes pass and I grow impatient. Fishing out my phone, I shoot her a text. It's noon, you lazy girl. We've got pumpkins to carve, remember? Triple dot. Minutes tick by without a response. Sayori? At this rate, I'd probably have more of a two-way conversation with the mime. Man, how creepy must I look, just aimlessly standing outside her house. With a sigh, I open the gate and head to her house. Oh, what the fuck? Why the hell is it so... Also, this is my hallway. Excuse me, Sayori, but you seem to have stolen my hallway. Because I distinctly remember this to be mine. But why is it so fucking common in Japan to just break into people's houses? I mean, what the hell? Like, well, how is it so easy to break into houses in Japan? Like, what the fuck? What's up with that? I mean, Sayori and Yuri broke in my house when I was sick. They didn't hear from me for 1 day, and the very next thing they did is break into my house after school. I rushed into Sayori's house in the original game, although that was a bit under different circumstances. And here I'm just impatient of waiting, and I just barge in her house straight away. Like, Shouldn't I knock or ring the doorbell to ask if your parents are home to let me in and ask for Sayori or whatever? Like, no, I just barge straight in. Either a brick through the window or just apparently everyone's door is unlocked in Japan. We're really gonna have to work on her sleeping patterns. I always knew she could be a little lazy, but this is getting annoying. Sayori, it's me. Sorry, I didn't want to wait outside. Are you dressed? If I if I strain my ears, I can faintly pick up the sound of her voice. She's not replying to me though. It sounds like she's talking to herself. I can't quite pick up what she's saying from this distance. Probably sleep talking, and knowing her is sleep talking about food. I'm nearing the end of my patience. Okay, that was your last chance. If you're getting changed or anything, you can't be mad at me. Oh. Oh, are we already getting into the deep shit? That's pretty heavy. Man, her room is a mess, and Sayori herself is tucked away in the mess in the mess of pillows, blankets, and duvet that forms a bed. There's a swathe, I guess, of hair that's fallen into her mouth, and she's drooling slightly. She's curled up into a ball with her arms hugging herself. It's a strangely adorable sight, and I feel bad in having to wake her. As I draw closer, I can finally make out what she's saying, and to my dismay, it's nothing wholesome at all. It sounds more like she's softly whimpering to herself. And I can also spot glistering wet trails down her cheek. Cheek or cheeks? Cheeks. Seeing Sayori cry is a sight I wish I'd never have to see. Can't help it. What is she talking about? Sorry, I'm so useless, but really trying for everyone. She flips over relentlessly, a sob accompanying the movement. But it's so hard, so tiring. Don't want to do anymore. No, please. Someone? Anyone. I know, selfish. Sayori? Her head turns slightly, almost as if she's heard me. Her eyes remain shut, so it's impossible to tell if she's awake. Sayori, it's me. Mark. Oh, yeah. I thought Sayori replied with Mark, but no. It's okay, I'm here. No, I don't want to go. It didn't work last time. They said it would work. Fresh sobs fill the room as she cries harder. Her voice breaks completely as tears drip down her face. At this point I've had enough. A strong protective instinct within me demands that I reach out and gently clasp one of her hands with mine. With her hand in mine, I gingerly shake her awake. Sayori! Mark? And with that final mysterious utterance, her eyes flutter open, with panic momentarily flashing through them. When she sees me, she visibly relaxes and sits up. Ah, pajamas. different sprites. Oh, hi, Mark. She hastily turns away and tries to discreetly wipe her face. I'm still trying to process what I've just witnessed. Sayori, are you okay? I think you were having a nightmare. Oh, was I? I don't remember anything like that. I was literally right here, listening to you cry. Of course you had a nightmare. You said some really concerning stuff. She anxiously bites her lip as she replies. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worried. You seriously need to stop thinking that you're a burden. It's my job to be concerned about you. We're best friends. You're really silly sometimes, you know that? What's going on, Sayori? Please, just talk to me. She looks ashamed as she gets herself out of bed. Oh god, I just realized! I totally forgot what we have planned for today. And I overslept! Mark, I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. She flails around and on instinct I reach out and pull her into a hug. Clearly this takes her by surprise, as she doesn't make an effort to return it, at least initially, but after a while she eventually starts to weakly hug back. As we break apart, Sayori smiles, clearly trying to put her nightmare behind her. Thank you, Mark. You always know how to make me feel better. Anyway, we have a lot to do today, right? Let's get started then. Is she really going to try and ignore the elephant in the room? Sayori, don't you want to No. Sorry, I really don't want to talk about it, if that's okay. Another glimpse of this concerning side she worked Another glimpse of this concerning side she worked so hard to pass off. And yet, there they are again. Those walls I can never get through. But, Mark, please. It's nothing. Everyone has nightmares. She seizes on my moment of silence. Anyway, can you just give me a moment to get dressed? Then we can start getting spooky. With a sigh of resignation. With a sigh of resignation, I leave and close the door behind me. Okay, wow, we notice Sayori's problems a lot earlier than Yuri's problems. I mean, of course, you could pick up on the fact that Yuri lost her parents because the way she talked about the character didn't really pick up on it. But you know, the self-harming parts that's only in Act 3, like halfway through Act 3 when we figured that out for the first time, or in the beginning of Act 3. Yeah, the beginning of Act 3. So that took quite a while, but now we're just getting started with Act 2 and we're already seeing the first glimpses of this. You can get some pumpkins from the supermarket. You've got a knife at home, right? Of course, why wouldn't I have a knife at home? Otherwise we can ask Yuri. If we don't have the proper knives, we can just ask Yuri. So what kind of things should we carve into them? Bats, skulls, all those cheesy Halloween things, right? It's tempting not to answer, to give Sayori a taste of her own medicine. I don't think she's aware of just how frustrating this is. But then again, do I really want to ruin the day? Sayori's clearly trying to put it past us. As much as I want to know what's going on, she's really not in any mood to divulge. And bringing it up now would probably ruin the mood and day for both of us. Besides, I can't really stay angry at her. Her general bubbly persona is so infectious, only someone without a heart could be immune to it. I begrudgingly smile. Or spiders. I forgot how much you're terrified of them. Oh come on, like you're any better. I am! Okay, maybe with the big ones. Even though Halloween isn't as largely celebrated here, at least compared to the Western countries, shops have still made a decorative effort. No, it's just the same sprite as always, but whatever, I get what you mean. All of the cheesy, cliché Halloween decorations can be seen both on the exterior and interior of the shop. Now that's a bold-faced lie, but okay. Luckily for us, all of the pumpkins are right at the front. Wow, these are huge! Which means we have more space to make some awesome decorations, don't you think? Your eyes meet mine, the cheerful enthusiasm still bouncing around in them. Yeah, good thinking. Let's get these 3. Oh, do you mind if I grab some food for later? Yeah, sure. What were you thinking? Pizza. Not exactly the healthiest of choices, is it? Hey, I don't see you chomping on salad, you know? Can't dispute that. But in all seriousness, Sayori, maybe we should try something that isn't just junk food. I worry about you sometimes, you know? I know. You don't need to, though. I'll make more of an effort soon, I promise. Alright, fine. Pizza it is. But only if I get a slice. Or 2. Deal. In an attempt to display my masculine bravado, I volunteered to carry all 3 of the pumpkins. In hindsight, given how much my arms are screaming at me, I immediately regret this decision. I can't believe you didn't let me carry any of them. You're so silly sometimes. It's no sweat, Sayori! No sweat at all. Don't drop them. What? The pumpkin is shaped like your head. I swear to God I will throw one of these at you. You wouldn't dare. Besides, I don't think you'd be able to lift it high enough. I hate how true that is. Sayori 1, Mark 0. That's so unfair! You're taking advantage of the poor situation I'm in. Not true? If I recall correctly, you're the one who insisted on carrying these. She adopts a comedic, super low male voice. It's okay, Sayori. I'm a big, strong guy who can handle all of these pumpkins. Okay, firstly, I do not sound like that. Right? An innocent smirk is my only response, which turns into which turns into indignation as I blow a puff of air in the air into her face. It's the little victories in life. So which ship should we go with first? Let's just keep it simple for now. We can go with a generic jack-o'-lantern face. I pull up a reference photo on my phone. We got the start by scooping out the insides though. So let's cut a hole in the top. With a look of steadfast determination, she slices away the top of the pumpkin, exposing the contents within. She looks really cute. She looks really cute with that look on her face. What this look of utter bewilderment and confusion. Her nose has scrunched up and is focusing intently on her task. And the best part is she's so oblivious to how endearing she really is. Come on, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Okay. Oh man, it feels so cold and sticky. That's what's... No. Not like that. That would be too easy. It's slow but steady work. As we scoop out the inside, I do my best not to focus on how soft her hands and arms feel as they brush against mine. There! Now my hands are all sticky. Yeah, mine too. Say, do you want a new hairstyle? I grin and reach forward, aiming for Sayori's head. Ah! Don't you even think about it! Okay. I won't. Or maybe I will. I hold my hands up as a sign of peace. Sayori remains backed up away from me, a suspicious look on her face. As she lets her guard down and comes closer, I dart forward and boop her on the nose, leaving an orange smear. Hey! Meanie! I'm going to get you for that. Only if you can actually catch me. I laugh and dart away from her strike. Sayori has never been particularly coordinated, so it's pretty easy to dodge her clumsy attempts. As she comes in for another swipe, I catch her wrist with my hands. She's squirming and wiggling, doing her best to escape my grip. Unfortunately, due to the slipperiness of the pumpkin coating on both of our hands, my grip isn't as strong as I'd like. She manages to twist her hand free and lands a respectable orange smear on my cheek. Aha! I told you! Her victory is short-lived as I manage to return the favor down her neck. Ah! Okay. A truce! For real this time. No tricks? No. We still have to carve the pumpkins. Okay, fair enough. After we wash our hands, Sayori takes out a pen and starts to trace a face onto the pumpkin. I'm looking through the cupboards, trying to find the knife that's big enough. This one will do. How's this? I wander over to the left of Sayori. This is unfair. How is it that the girl who was late to wake up and get ready still smells really good? A faraway detached part of me vaguely remembers something my biology teacher was saying about pheromones. Well, yeah, it smells great. Smells? Huh? Damn, did I say smell instead of look? I guess I'm a little hungry. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll start carving it. There. Wow, that looks really great. We make an awesome team, don't we? Yeah, we sure do. What about the other two pumpkins? I was thinking we could do a bet for this one. And we could just keep it simple for the last one. Like carve boo into it? Perfect. Well, here we go again. A while later, and we're finally all done. Our handiwork sits proudly in front of us. Job well done. The others are gonna love them. Haha. I just realized we must look like two proud parents. Except our kids are pumpkins. Sayori breaks out into giggles. Mark, you've always been really funny, you know that? One of these days I'll learn how to take a compliment from the opposite sex. But the day is not today. Especially when it comes from someone I think I'm starting to fall in love with. Unfortunately, that day is Once again, I predict the game. As I feel my cheeks heat up, I'd be very surprised if Sayori didn't pick up on it. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun today. Sadly, I've got a lot of homework to get on with, so I'm gonna have to go. But I'll take a pumpkin with me. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. Oh, and look, I know you're concerned about me, about what happened earlier, But please, just try not to worry too much about her or anything. I'll try and tell you when I'm comfortable, okay? What, try? Yeah, I'll try and tell you when I'm comfortable, okay? Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. With a click, the door closes behind me. I don't get much time to stew over the day's events though, as my phone blares to life. Ah, it's my mother. Hi Mark. How have you been doing? Are you eating well? I'm eating pumpkin. Whoa, slow down. I'm fine. School's going well. Sakurai started talking about World War I, so history's pretty enjoyable. About the eating part, how are things on your end? Stressful. I want to come home and see you, but I've been feeling ever so guilty about being away. It's fine, seriously. Since joining the club, that lonely feeling has pretty much disappeared. Plus, Sayori and I are hanging out a lot, so it's nice to have some regular contact with her again. Ah yes, that club of yours. You said it was a literature club, right? Mm-hmm. Ah, well, that should mean your grades for Japanese will be fantastic, right? It's definitely helping. And the other club members? Yeah, we get along pretty well. One girl's really shy, the other is kinda cold. But I think she's a softie at heart. Oh, and Monika's the president. Oh, the Monika you used to share a class with? The one you had a crush on? Mom! I didn't have a crush on her. Of course not. So, being around Sayori again. When I called you last week, you were on a at the park with her, right? Yeah. I'm so happy for both of you. She was always your best friend growing up. Although, perhaps it's a motherly intuition, but I get the feeling that you and Sayori... What about us? What about all the things? And I don't know the rest of the lyrics. I can sense her knowing smell even over the phone. Well, you tell me. Tell her you're developing feelings. Don't tell her about the feelings. Oh, choices. Overwrite the save. Sure. If I was in this situation, I would definitely share that. Well, truth be told, Mom, I think I really like her. Like, in that sense. Ah, yes, I did think that this day would come eventually. Look at my little boy, all grown up, falling in love with a girl. Mom, sorry. I guess I should have seen this coming. Given the way you used to act around her as a kid. Always looking out for her, protecting her from things that scared her, sharing your food with her. Quite the gentleman you were. Really? You had your suspicion that early on? Motherly instinct, sweetheart. We share a love. It was confusing at first. I didn't really know what these new feelings were. I'd start to notice little things about her that I didn't see before. Like how pretty your eyes are, or how nice she smells, or how cute she looks when she's trying to concentrate. I sighed dreamily. Yeah, I'll admit it, she's got me good. So that's holding you back? Well, I don't really know girls that well. How am I supposed to know if she likes me back? Ah, teenage love. Well, look at it this way. When a girl likes you, she'll do a few things. When a girl likes you, she'll do a few things to try and signal that interest. Does she maintain eye contact with you a lot? Laugh at your jokes? Offer to come with you to places or invite you along? Compliment you? Kind of, yeah. I mean, a lot of those things, yeah. But sometimes she acts a little bit off. As in, there are days she doesn't really want to talk to me or anyone else. There's something that she's hiding, but she keeps her walls up and doesn't let me in. Like today, she was having a really bad nightmare, saying stuff like she really tried and she feels bad for feeling useless, but she never wants to talk about it and just brushes me off whenever I try and help her. Well, there was a long gap in your history together. Perhaps something happened in her life, something that she isn't ready to share just yet. Patience is a virtue, sweetheart. You have to understand it from her perspective. Sometimes people just don't want to share. I know it must be frustrating. You want to help, but she's just not letting you. Yeah. As much as we would like to, sometimes we can't just force ourselves onto someone's life like that. Besides, we have no idea what her reasoning is. Yeah, well, this is pretty much the same with Yuri, only then with Sayori, of course, because, well, the whole reason why we actually helped Yuri in the end was also by just, like, luck, essentially, because she wasn't even ready to share her self-harming with me, even if, after we... Were we already dating at that point? I don't even remember. I don't think we were boyfriend and girlfriend yet, right? Oh, no. We were. Yeah, we were, because we had the Christmas party first, and then after the Christmas party we celebrated New Year together, and during that, watching the fireworks, then we became boyfriend and girlfriend, and after that we discovered her self-harming, and after that we went on the Valentine's Day date on the theme park, and then with this steamy aftermath, and then she was like, oh, do you still love me with all these scars? And I was like, yeah, definitely. And yeah, okay, so yeah, we were already boyfriend and girlfriend, like super close, and even still Yuri didn't want to show it to me because she was so incredibly embarrassed about it. So yeah, this is basically the same, only now someone is telling it to me instead of me like figuring it out or whatever. My character figuring it out, I should say. Because yeah, but Yuri, it was the same thing, because Yuri also had, I mean, of course Yuri was shy, and she said that, and she showed it, and like wasn't good around people, and she showed that, and she said that to me, and all those other things. And well, she didn't really specifically say that her parents were already dead, but I should have picked up on it. My character should have. But even despite all of that, she still did not want to say that she was harming herself. She still was too embarrassed about that to say that to me. So that's exactly the same here with Sayori. She will probably want to. Maybe she wants to, or maybe, but she doesn't really. But she feels too embarrassed about or whatever, or she like feels like we're not close enough or whatever. So it's just like, yeah, kind of like the mother here said, we can't really like force ourselves. If she doesn't want to, then we just have to respect that and just be there and hope that her mind changes at some point, and then we can fix it. And then be there once she's ready to talk about it if she wants to. Yeah, I'm sure she'll tell you when she feels comfortable. Holy fuck, every single fucking time. I didn't read this dialogue box before I made that entire rant about whatever, and then this literally just sums up what I was ranting about. Ever since I played Doki Doki for the first time, it has happened to me, and it's also now happening. It happened also in West of Loathing. I don't know what it is. It's a bit weird, but it's funny as well. But doesn't that mean she doesn't trust me yet? Not necessarily. From what you've told me, she enjoys spending time with you. She certainly does trust you, just not on that level. Just yet. It'll come in time. Anyway, unfortunately I have to go. A lot of work to be done still. It was lovely talking to you again, sweetheart. And keep me updated on the Sayori situation. Yes. Especially if anything major pops up, okay? Sure thing. And thanks, your advice has been really helpful. You're very welcome, darling. Bye. Beep. With both my mother and Sayori gone, the room feels strangely empty. As I meander upstairs into my room and flop onto my chair, my mother's words echo in my mind. Maybe Sayori does like me too, then. Well, even if she does, what am I meant to do? Am I meant to make the first move? Ask her to a date? To be my girlfriend? Although, if we've been hanging out, just us two, isn't that already technically a date? I don't know. I think I'll just see how the next couple of weeks go and not push anything. Primarily because I don't know what I'm doing. With a wary sigh, I boot up my computer. There's no way I'll be able to get any homework done with all of this on my mind. Video games should be a nice way to relax. It's Halloween coming up, so let's pick a horror game. This one looks tempting. Third-person survival horror, police detective, nightmare simulation. This'll do fine. Okay, was this just random or were you actually describing an actual horror game? Yeah, I suggested we should play SCP Containment Breach together with Yuri. Alright, and then I'll end it off here. I won't make every episode an hour long, so just there we go. Let's make a bit of a shorter episode now and then. So there we go. That was it for this part. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, we're getting already into the thick of it quite a lot. Very early on, actually, because with Yuri everything was a lot slower, which is actually to be expected. I mean, if it's Yuri. And also, yeah, it was to be expected for two reasons. First of all, because it's Yuri, and second of all, because I am very much like Yuri, so I liked it going on that pace, like super slow. Like, just be friends, hang out with each other, like, grow, like, very slowly develop feelings, and then very slowly, kind of, like, simultaneously realize, hey, we like each other a bit more than just friends, and, you know, like, that's kind of like how, as I said many times before, Yuri's a female version of me, so that's kind of how it would have gone if that was in real life as well, I guess. But here with Sayori, it's immediately like, beginning of Act 2, oh yeah, I actually think I'm in love with her, and I want to ask her out already, and yeah, she's already showing some of the depressing things, unfortunately, so it's like, oh, okay. So it goes a lot faster on the Sayori route, but I'm imagining that all the routes are still roughly the same length. So I'm pretty interested to see what is all coming up next then, if that's true. If it's not the case, then I find it very unfair that Sayori's ride is like 50 million times shorter than Yuri's one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Click the like button if you did. Subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.